What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Camping with Sam Bananas. I'm out here tonight in a historic cemetery. Of course, this is rumored to be one of the most haunted places in the entire city. I'm going to be spending the night out here in a tiny little cluster of trees right in the middle of the cemetery. I'm going to be cooking myself a good meal. We're going to go around and we're going to explore the cemetery a bit. There are certain people of note who are buried here, so we're gonna see if we can find those graves, and maybe I can tell you a little bit about those people. And we'll see if we can keep ourselves out of trouble. All right, everybody, let's get into it. France. This is the historic Woodlawn Cemetery in Toledo, Ohio. And what a sight it is. Established in 1876, this historic cemetery currently sits on 160 acres of land. 47 acres of that are currently undeveloped, and there are over 65,000 people buried here. This cemetery is not just a cemetery, and a historic one at that, it's also a park. It's a place where people come to do birding. It's a place where people come to take pretty scenic drives. It's a place where people come to walk their dogs. There's hiking trails, which are also used for biking. This is one of the Spitzer mausoleums. The Spitzer family was a prominent family in town with a history in finance and local civic life. This mausoleum features the names Seelan Milo and Adelbert Lorenzo. The Spitzer family have a long and storied history in the area. Seelan and Adelbert, probably the most two prominent, were cousins who started a firm in Toledo in 1882. To sum it up, they were incredibly successful bankers. They established banks in Toledo, Cleveland, Boston, and New York City. They also built the historic Spitzer building in downtown Toledo. I have links in the description of this video in case you'd like to do some further reading. This is what they call Silver Lake, and this is the bridge that extends over Silver Lake. Both sides have been walled off, so I had to do a little creative maneuvering to get onto this bridge. But the bridge has started to fall into disrepair. According to the research that I've done, they have walled it off on both ends as an attempt to keep people from traversing it, but mainly to prevent people from bringing vehicles onto it. This part here seems to be pretty accessible still. And yep, I can squeeze right on through. Down under the bridge is definitely a spot I could possibly make for a good stealth camping spot tonight. On the other side of the bridge, the road comes out and continues to the rest of the cemetery. Oh, and don't you worry. We're going to talk about the supposed paranormal sightings, including the mysterious lady in white. I'm aware that members of the Titke family are buried in this cemetery. However, so far, this is the only grave where I can find them at. Titke's was, by all accounts, quite an epic grocery store and kind of just a spectacle of a department store. Now, the very, very early days of the Titke store actually started in 1894. But in terms of the modern shop and what it would become, that happened around 1910. That is when they moved on to Summit Street downtown. Their business was on the corner of Summit Street and the northeast corner of Adams, where it would stay for the next 6 decades. While their core business was food, they leased the upper floors of the building to sell furniture, housewares, clothing, and shoes. The brothers Titke also added a bakery, a deli, and restaurants. The concept was ahead of its time, a forerunner of what would be deemed one-stop shopping. Titke's closed for good in 1972. According to the information that I can find, this is the burial site of John Titke, who is one of the heirs of the original family. As for the paranormal activity reported in this cemetery, there are countless sightings of a woman in white. Most accounts say that she wanders near the gates. Other accounts have said that she wanders throughout the gravestones. Still other accounts say that she spends time here at the Gunkel Memorial. Currently under renovation, this memorial is a testament to the Gunkel family. John Gunkel was a mentor to many civic leaders in the Toledo area. He also helped establish the charitable organization known as the Old Newsboys Goodfellow Association. Legend has it that she lost her daughter in a gruesome fashion and wanders the cemetery looking for her. Now, as far as I can tell, there really isn't a good way to camp near the gates. That's where most of the sightings of this ghostly woman have been reported. So I'm gonna plant myself right over there, next to the Gunkel Museum, directly in the spot where there have been some reports that she wanders the cemetery. Now, I am aware that some people may have a bit of a disagreement with camping out in the cemetery. And I understand why you would feel that way. I have a little bit of a different perspective. I would say that if you're someone who believes that there's an afterlife and that there is some sort of a presence here from those that have passed on, don't you think they'd like some company? I think if I was buried in one of these sites and someone came to spend the night and spend time with me, I'd probably be kind of happy about it. This cemetery is visited by people all day long. Hikers, birders, bicyclists are encouraged to spend time in this area. For me personally, I don't see it as disrespectful. I see it as celebrating the people who are here. Okay, so in real time, to show you exactly how close I am, let's go ahead and take a quick peek here. The bike in the bag. And there's the mausoleum right there. That's what we're camping next to. And back right over this way. That is the bike path. Okay, so my next step here is to go ahead and get my tent set up. I gotta switch to the big camera, but while I do that, go ahead and take a quick listen to a word from today's sponsor. Now, to get around and explore the cemetery today, I am using my new electric e-bike. It's not only the perfect vehicle for this type of activity I'm doing today, it's also the sponsor of today's video. First of all, I need a powerful motor to get me there while traversing those city streets. This thing has a 750 watt motor with a 1310 peak. That's pretty powerful. I love the pine green color, but it's also foldable. A foldable e-bike means that for most people, you won't need a bike rack to transport it. With Star Union 602 hydraulic disc brakes, a significant upgrade from previous models, these brakes feature 180 millimeter rotors that are 28% thicker than the previous generation for enhanced stopping power. You can buy with confidence because Lectric is the #1 selling e-bike in the good old-fashioned United States of America. Lectric is always a great bang for your buck, but right now is by far the best time of the year to buy. November 1st starts the beginning of their Black Friday sale, and right now you can get a ton of free accessories with your purchase. Get your Lectric e-bike today by using the link in my description. And don't forget to tell them Sam Bananas sent you. Thanks once again to Lectric for sponsoring this video and helping to keep me in business. All right, everybody, let's get back into the action. I have to be careful talking. I don't want to give my location away. Now that I'm here, I might sneak my head out and poke a look around a little bit, but kind of prefer not to. Security cars drive through here at night and they shine a spotlight around if they think they see suspicious activity. So I will have to be very careful. I keep seeing cars drive by, regardless of the fact that it is almost dark. The camera does a really good job of getting light in these low light conditions, so it might seem brighter than it is, but yeah, I haven't seen any foot traffic for a while. I haven't seen any foot traffic since I got back in here, besides the deer, of course. But I do keep seeing cars rolling through, so we'll see how that plays out. I'm sure you saw it, but there's also construction equipment right out here. And there was a guy earlier moving some stuff around at the end of the business day. So that means I gotta get out of here before it's daylight. You can't even see that, can you? It's a chair. Oh, can you see it? I think that's tail lights over there. Or maybe it's headlights. I can't quite tell. Okay. Hopefully you can hear this. I'm probably gonna have to do a sound check to make sure I'm coming through, but I'm all set up. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. This is kind of creepy. I'm gonna relax for a minute before I make my dinner. But before I do that, I'm gonna crack into one of those beers everybody's been talking about. Red's Wicked Ale. It was really like the only spooky beer that they kind of had. Cheers, everybody. Hopefully I don't look too creepy, although I guess it is a Halloween episode, huh? I'm not sure if you can hear it. I'm not sure if it's showing up in the audio, but there's clearly a deer behind me stomping repeatedly into the ground. There's deer all over the place. I got a lot of shots of them today, so hopefully some of that makes it into the video. But it was like snorting. Let me see if I can go back. I think I might have had it on an earlier clip, so let me see if I can insert that right here so you can hear it. But yeah, so far, that's the biggest excitement of the evening. I'm getting ready for dinner. Okay. That is weird. I can't tell if that's somebody walking in front of those lights. I can't tell what's happening. That makes me nervous. I've been doing these pizzas a lot, but honestly, they're the perfect thing to cook while stealth camping. Very, very little cleanup. And so good. All right, we got the Sweet Baby Rays in this little plastic container. This is how I do sauces sometimes. It's a little sandwich bag tied off. If you know, you know. Real quick, just for the camera, I gotta show it with the light on because you've gotta see how freaking good that is. Come on now. Okay, back to the red light. Yeah, it looks weird again. beautiful. A little burnt, but it's okay. Look at that. How good is that? Come on now. That is a Modelo Chelada. Modelo Chelada, baby. That's got like tomato juice and lime and salt and that stuff. Really, really good Mexican beer. Oh, so good. All right. Are we ready? This thing is always a hit, even when it's bad. Wow. I did Sweet Baby Ray's this time instead of a gas station barbecue sauce. Oh yeah, you can see it. There is a reason why this is a beloved camping dish amongst YouTubers. I'm gonna finish this off and I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. You know what? I did forget the onions. I got it. Still super good. Okay, so that is exactly the type of stuff I'm talking about. I don't know if that was a security or if that's just like some random person driving through here. I think they close the gates off at night, but I'm actually not 100% sure about that. I'm gonna hunker down for a second. I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and head out of my little shack here. We gotta get out. We gotta do a little bit of exploring of the cemetery. Maybe see if we can find the infamous lady in white. But before I do any of that, I've gotta take a little nip off of the old banana flask. Oh. That is a really good whiskey bourbon that a Patreon subscriber named Joe got for me. Super, super good stuff. Spilling it all over my face. All right, everybody, let's get out there and see what kind of spooky things we can find. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's cold. Got a freeze warning tonight, and first time we might be seeing possible freezing temps for the year. Stepping over the tent. Oh, goodness sakes. Let's go find the lady in white. That's pretty crazy. It's like these little lights for the graves. Okay, so the problem with trying to record anything out here is that unless I turn my headlamp on, it's pitch black. Here's my headlamp on, and you can see the structure. This is creepy. Here's the side of the structure. Some lights back in over there. I think that's neighborhood stuff. Some of the graves over here. I do not see a lady in white. We are checking out some stuff. Ooh, this is spooky. I'm gonna be honest, this is really spooky. I'm not super crazy about this. Look at all those over there. Oh my goodness sakes. Yeah. I mean, look at that. That is just spooky. There's something spooky about being here. I am not super crazy about this. Oh, goodness sakes. I don't like this one bit. I would really like to go on a big exploration, but I'm gonna be honest, it's a little spooky. I don't think I have it in me. I think I'm gonna head back to the campsite. Periodically cars keep coming through, so I'm a little nervous about getting caught. And I am not a kind of paranormal believing kind of guy. If I was, I probably wouldn't be out here doing this. This whole trip is giving me the heebie-jeebies. I can clearly hear something rustling around in the leaves. I'm sure it's a deer. The rut is going on right now. So the deer are acting crazy. I mean, you just can't escape this feeling like you're being watched. I know that probably sounds like baloney to some of you who are watching it, but the creepiness factor is very real. I feel like I just want to crawl into the sleeping bag and hurry up and wait till morning gets here. I am super whooped. I'm ready to hit the hay here. Anything crazy happens, I'll definitely let you know. Otherwise, we're going to be back at 'em bright and early, trying to get out of here before the sun comes up. Good night, everybody. Oh. Just a little bit later in the day than I wanted to get up, but I think we'll be okay. I'd like to have things be as fair as possible. There is an exit of the cemetery right here, right by where I was. and you can exit through this park, and I can get to the road out this way. But I think maybe it's a good idea to try to see if we can leave the same way we came in. All right, you guys, we're gonna consider that mission successful. I should have brought gloves because my hands are freezing. I've got some mittens that work absolutely perfectly for these cold weather bike rides. So I'm gonna have to make sure I bring those on any future cold weather bikes we do here. So I wanna send a big shout out to each and every one of you. You all make it possible for me to do this. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see more, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that banana. And we're going to catch you on the next one, everybody. Bye now.